welcome back again to Life Matters on Bayana Community Channel, again with your host Langwan Leslie as usual. So guys, today is going to be a topic of discussion as far as life is concerned that has been, to me, it's controversial. So it's one of the reasons why I've never talked about it really. Even when I did a video on generalized mentality, I escaped that particular part of it because I didn't want to, but life matters is life matters. If it is something that has affected somebody and they have reached out to me, we have to talk about it on this channel. So guys, bear with me. I have no bias when I talk about this. Not to get you confused, today I want us to talk about something that one of my friends reached out to me and asked. She was like, how have you handled racism over time, living out of your country or living somewhere else that is not your country actually? Like you all know, I live in Canada and I've been to the US for sometimes too, and I'm originally from Cameroon. So it's like moving from your country with people you could recognize, skin color and all of that, and moving to a place where it's just so different and diversified. It's one of those things that I always thought about. I was like, how am I going to survive? And I'm happy she reached out to me and asked this topic, and I'm happy I'm able to talk. When you watch my video, please watch it from a place where I'm talking about racism in a sense where we all understand that racism can come from anyone, and it can be a two-way thing. It's not only white against black, it's also blacks against white. Yes, there are black racists as well as there are white racists. Which is one thing that will give me my main focus for today. To me, over time, living where I am right now, I feel like I've experienced racism in different ways from different people, whether men, women, children, or whatever. But looking at it deeply and talking from like a perspective of somebody that has lived over here for almost 8 years, I feel like racism is more about the individual. Yes. Let me explain further. To me, it's not a country. It's not something that is generalized. I don't look at it as a generalized way. I feel like there are people. I know there are more people who are racist who will not actually show it out. But on the other hand, racism to me is just based on how people's character, how they look at others, how they look at other human beings, their own way of handling things. I don't want to look at racism as something that is just like white against black or blacks against white. No, I want to always look at it as an individual deciding to look low on another person. So I've had situations where people have confronted me. There are some that are hidden, they are hidden racists. There are people that you just see the way their moves are not like you are coming, the way they are moving, they are shifting and all of that, and you know that they don't want to have anything in common with you. Some people will just we had a situation a few days ago that a neighbor called a police on us. We were sleeping, it's 12 midnight and the police comes to our door and he's like, oh, we were called and said you guys were talking loud and you were hitting drums. This is just a situation where people always think that black people are so loud, so they because they already have that racist idea against you, they just decide to make up a story based on what the generalized mentality that they have about blacks, So the police came and we were places were quiet, but why did they have to call, But we understood because we've been greeting them, they are not responding and all of that. Their attitude and everything already indicated that there was something. So the call they did was just something to actualize what we've always been thinking, what we've been confused about their attitude all this while. So racism is really something that is a broad and diversified top subject matter. To say how I have handled it over time, back to our focus, I will let you guys know that over the years that I've lived here, if I experience racism, initially I used to feel bad. Initially I escaped from places where I feel like I would just be the only black, or places where I feel like I will have people that will be people that can behave in a certain way. But I got to notice that even in the church, there are racists in the church. There are people in the church, strong Christians, strong believers and all of that, who still look at black people and be like, So when I got to that level where I felt like it was everywhere, I knew that I had to brace up. I knew that I had to like stand up and just like face it the way it was, and or the way it is. So one thing that has helped me over time to like handle racist situation or racial segregation situation is that I already have it in mind, like I said before, that this is not a general thing. I've seen white people that have treated me with so much love, so much care, so much concern, that I've gotten to the place where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say I hate all whites because this single group of whites have treated me badly, forgetting the number of people that have also treated me, the number of whites that have also treated me with so much love and so much care. So I look at it anytime I'm confronted by a racist, I look at them as an individual. I judge them as an individual. I assess the situation as an individual. I'm like, oh, it is all about you. You know, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, you who is attacking me, you who is asking me these silly questions, you who is making me feel bad about my own self or my own body, is because of who you are. It's because you don't even feel good about your own self. It's because you are challenged, you know. It's because it is something you've decided to do by yourself as an individual. It is a character you've decided to groom over time that you're just showing out here. So to me, I don't look at it as a general thing. I just look at it as an individual showing who they really are. So because of that, I'm like, okay, it's all about you. I bring it back to the person. I put it back to the person and make them understand that it doesn't even change anything about me. It doesn't change their attitude towards me. Will not change my attitude. It will not change who I am. It will not change my belief. It will not change my the jovial person I am or I want to be. It will not change anything about me. Rather, it remains on them. So I always put it back to the people. And believe me, over time, this is one of the things that have helped me in life. I try every time. I struggle. You know, there are times that I have situations come to me and I struggle. But in the actual sense of finally, I always want to see people's actions more directed to them than directed to me. It's about them more than it's about me, you know. Because if you grow, like the way the world is right now, there's a lot going on. People are going through a lot of situations that you can never even imagine. So when you see people start acting out in a certain way, know that it's something that is in them. Don't always look at it as if they are coming against you. Know that it's something that is in them that is manifesting. If you have that kind of attitude, then you are going to survive a lot of things. I remember I had a place where I worked at and I almost left that work, you know, that job, because I felt like I had these arrows initially. When I just got there, I knew I'm in trouble. Just the look. Sometimes you look at people, just the way they look at you, just the way they address you. In fact, some people, you greet them, they don't even want to respond. Like the way they just behave when you come in, if they are talking when you are coming, the way they just behave, you just know that, oh, this is an area where it's going to be difficult. And because they are afraid that they cannot show it publicly, they do it in a hidden way. They report you over things that you've not done anything about. So I'm just letting people know, like, my experience, so that they can look out for certain things. Not to say you want to like feel that everybody is going to treat you the same way, but just look out for a few things that are in this way to know how racists act. Okay. Some people report you over things like if you are in a job with somebody that is a racist, whether it's a black or a white, they will report you over things that you didn't do. They will just make up form stories. They will tell you like to do certain things that they know that is illegal, so that when you do it now and then they go and report you, and then it's like all eyes are on you. You have done these horrible things. This horrible thing, and then they move backward and they watch how you are being humiliated. So I had a confrontation from one of the people I used to work for, and I remember entering. It was I enter her room, and she's like, "Black monkey, leave my room," you know. And she was being raised. I was raising her, like we're trying to get her out of bed, so she was already up. And if I had that mentality that, oh, this is something that has been affecting me so long, or this is one of those occasions, or I was so angry at racists and all of that, and I'm not pointing it back to them, then it would have been a serious situation. But I had to get patience enough to lower her down back to her bed and then leave her room. You know, I didn't just let her suspend over there and leave because I'm angry. I tried to, by the grace of God, I tried to control myself, and I made sure that she was lowered down and she was safe before I left. But that is just to tell you how much people can come at you. You know, there are people, we've had situations where in other countries where people are just shot and killed by racists. You know, people just kill you for nothing because they don't want you to be in their country, because they don't want you to be like, some people, if they go as far as not even wanting, it feels as if God made a mistake by creating you in a different self, like being you, you know. So I'm happy we talked about this today, guys. We can go on and on, but I'm so happy we talked about it. If you have further questions, if you've been confronted by racist activities, or you've had to encounter a racist in your life, whether you're black or white, reach out in the comment section. Let us know, share your experience. If you have something to add to this, if you have more questions to ask, just go ahead and ask it, and I'm going to be here at the comment section watching, ready to answer your questions. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to do so. Like, share, and hit the notification bell so that whenever we upload, you will get it. And we love you guys so much. Watch our previous videos and see you in our next video. Bye.